Oh, bring it on. Bring it on. This is gonna be so goddamn good. I can't freaking wait.
No one can escape their past. The sins we've committed, and the sadness we've caused. No matter how far we run, our past remains, as ever present as the moon in the sky. It looms in wait for the day when we are forced to face it. But only in doing so can we truly make peace and move on and hope towards tomorrow. December 20th, 1:23 p.m. Right Anything Agency. They took Athena from the courtroom straight to the station. She's probably being questioned at this very moment. After this past year, I took it for granted that those two would always be here. But now, Apollo has gone off on his own to seek his own truth. And my pursuit of the truth only ended up with Athena becoming the new suspect. Some boss I turned out to be.
It's even quieter here than usual.
Yeah, it seems so empty too.
I just don't get it, Daddy. All of your reasoning during the trial seemed perfectly solid.
Yeah, and I still believe it was. At least based on what we know.
But now Athena's the one who's being accused.
During the trial for the bombing and murder that occurred at the Cosmos Space Center, the lighter was used while the real culprit was found. This lighter proved the defendant, Solomon Starbuck, innocent. But Athena's prints were found on it instead. And she was subsequently arrested for the murder.
But Athena couldn't have done it. It just doesn't make any sense.
No, none of it does. I've been racking my brain, but I just can't figure it out. Where's the flaw in my reasoning? What have I got wrong in this case?
You know, Daddy, if Athena was here, she wouldn't just be sitting around thinking. She'd be out there doing something. You are going to defend Athena, right, Daddy?
Of course I will. And thanks, Juicy. I needed that push. Yeah, honestly, probably the best thing about Apollo Justice, and I even hesitate to say the best thing, was the relationship that Phoenix and Trucy had. It's like the father-daughter connection they had was pretty much the only thing about that game that wasn't absolutely awful. So, you know, it's nice. Juicy's right, the trial's tomorrow, there's no time to waste. If I'm going to prove Athena's innocence, I better get out there and find some evidence.
Off we go then. I'll run a hunt for evidence that'll prove Athena's innocence.
Great, before we go I better tidy up the evidence that I have on hand. Unnecessary evidence left at the office. Athena's possibly still in the middle of being questioned. So Trucy's right, the thing to start with is talking to people at the Space Center. So then let's go do just that. Oh wait, no, we don't. I don't need ideas, I want to go here. December 28th, Cosmos Space Center entrance. Long time no see. Director Cosmos, do you have a minute? Galactic scooter, full speed ahead! Great. Lovely chat. Director, he scooted away.
His expression changed the instant he saw you, Daddy.
Yeah, well, I dragged his name through the mud pretty good at the trial earlier today. But we also established that he was trying to save them, not kill them, so... I don't know. Anyway, No, I don't want... No, okay. There's no one here to talk to. Go to the boarding lounge. December 20th, Cosmo Space Center boarding lounge. We were here only yesterday. Oh, hey. Starbuck! Mr. Starbuck, you've been released, huh?
Yep, and I came straight here. This is all thanks to you and your team, Mr. Wright. You've given me a second chance to fly into space again. I can't thank you enough. Except...
What's wrong? I thought he'd be happy to be acquitted.
As I was coming out of the detention center, I saw Miss Sykes.
He saw Athena?
I was at a loss for words. I didn't know what to say to the poor girl. And then, you know what? She flashed a peace sign at me. Congratulations on your quill, she said.
That's so Athena. That's such an Athena thing to do. Even as she's being led into the detention center and accused of murder, she still has it in her to congratulate Starbuck for being acquitted. That's nice. That's a nice bit of character development right there. Yeah, that sounds like Athena. I can just picture it.
But I saw her eyes. They were red and swollen from crying. She's got to be suffering. She must be so worried. And yet she went out of her way to be nice and give that baby that big smile.
She held back her own tears so she could give someone else a smile. That's so Athena.
There's no question about it. That girl is innocent. Please, Mr. Wright, you gotta make sure she goes free, and then they can put me in prison
You can't have that either, Mr. Starbuck. Don't worry, Mrs. Starbuck. I'm going to give her the very best defense that I can. I promise to get her acquitted just like I did for you.
I know she'll be alright with you in her corner. I know you'll never give up on her. Apollo's a fine boss to look up to.
Yeah, you're sure right about that. Alright then, what do you have anything interesting you have to say?
I still can't believe Launchpad won't switch to the Space Museum.
What could have made Director Cosmos do such a thing?
I haven't the foggiest idea. So there never was gonna be a launch of the day, not from the very beginning. Wonder if Clay knew.
Imagine he must have. Surely wouldn't have noticed when you went aboard the rocket.
It's pathetic to think I was the only one who got taken in. I guess it's about how it goes when you're worth less than space debris.
Is he going to be alright, Daddy? His expression looks as dark as a black hole.
Well, that's just how he is. Mr. Starbuck, do you remember anything about the murderer?
Not really, I only saw a shadow figure in the dark after all.
Yeah, I guess that was a little too much to hope for.
Hey, I heard something from the police, though. They said they never did find a .10 caliber gun down the trash chute.
Just as I thought, the couple must have carried it away with them when they escaped.
So was the person you saw holding a gun Mr. Starbuck?
I couldn't really tell.
But it wasn't Athena, right? Could you tell if the person was male or female, tall or short?
I can't even tell you that much. Man, I'm useless. When the culprit opened the door and saw some light come in, I should be able to see.
The door. Ah, yes. As I recall, they opened this door here as they made their escape.
The door to Launchpad 1, right?
Yeah, except right now the door leads to the Space Museum.
You mean the Launchpad and the Space Museum are switched right now?
Yeah, they're trying to investigate the theory you came up with in court.
So they're recreating the conditions, huh? I'd like to see what's beyond that door now. Mr. Starbuck, could you open this door for us?
Sure, let me have my prince get here.
Do the launch pads get switched back and forth a lot?
Back when the Space Museum was Launchpad 2, they used to switch the pads around at times.
But these days, Launchpad 2 is only used as a tourist attraction, right?
Right, because quite frankly, the Space Center needs the money.
I hear you. Times sure are tough.
Daddy, let's go check out what's beyond that door.
Sure, let's go.
Hey, why don't I come along? I can show you around.
Alright, well, first things first. Obviously, we look at this, whatever it is. Huh? I wonder what these dead leaves are doing here.
Maybe they were stuck to the bottom of somebody's shoes. There are lots of trees around the Space Center.
She's right, it's a modern state-of-the-art building, but it's surrounded by trees. But I don't know, if they were stuck at the bottom of somebody's shoe, wouldn't they look much more crushed up? They still look like they've been stepped on.
Maybe there's some kind of secret hatch in the corridor and they came in that way?
Not everything is set like a magician's stage, you know. Great. Well, the only other thing we can even look at here is this. So this is another one of those devices for opening the door, huh?
Yeah, this doesn't require fingerprint verification. You just hit the button and open sesame.
So when you and Clay went through here, you didn't need to show your prints either?
That's right, Tracy, just like how the culprit didn't need to scan their prints. When they escape back out the Space Museum corridor in the boarding lounge too. Launch our one door lock updated in the court record. Well, I don't see anything else that jumps out at me, and I imagine this corridor is built exactly like the Launchpad 1 corridor. Okay, where can we go now? Do you think Yuri Cosmos is back? Because we can't talk to him anymore and we've run out of things to examine. Yep, he's back. Ah, curse the wretch who sullied my good name! Reverse course and full speed away! Director Cosmos, wait! And he's gone.
I'll handle this, Daddy. Take that!
Ah! The mobility system has been compromised! Juicy's knife throw was a direct hit to one of his tires.
And the streak continues.
Maybe I should have kept a closer watch on what Trish has been practicing. My dear old battleship, we fought many a skirmish together. Nope, I didn't want to do that.
Daddy, he's gonna blow that thing up.
Nah, I bet all that button will do is make it go haywire again. Very well. I surrender. As a prisoner of war, I expect to be treated honorably. Director Cosmos, when you were talking in court about switching the launch pads, you used your right to remain silent about the reason as to why. Yep, I remember. It was only on Friday, and as for me, it's immediately afterwards because I have to finish this game. I can't wait to see how this ends. Now my battleship has been destroyed and I've been taken prisoner. Oh, psych locks. 3 of them. All right then. We probably have enough. Like, we already know that he was. All these unknown cycles will only get to the end of this. I'm pretty sure we already know everything, so let's just... And besides that, even if we didn't, there's nowhere else we can investigate, so... There's nowhere else we can go. Behind the switching of the launch pads. I want you to tell me everything you're hiding about switching of the 2 launch pads. I refuse, you can't make me, I can hold on longer than anyone. I hope I never get like this when I'm hold. Now let's see, where to start. This is how you explain your motive to save the astronauts, yeah. We already knew that, though. Thanks to you switching the launch pads, the astronauts escaped injury from the blast. Instead, they safely boarded the museum's rocket far away from the actual explosion. The astronauts were raring to go out on an authentic adventure in space. How do you propose I had them board a fake rocket without them noticing? I agreed you couldn't have done it without help. For one, they would have figured it out when the incident stepped into the Space Museum. You figured you could fool Mr. Starbuck once he had been drugged with his medication. But without the help of Clay, it would have been impossible for you to pull your plan off. You must have gotten Mr. Terran to help you. Ah! He stole the tranquilizers from his mentor's locker and slipped them to him. And then with Mr. Starbuck in a daze, they boarded the relic of rocket in the museum. Somebody please help this poor prisoner of war. How was he able to spin around like that? Spinning around at the speed of sound. If you really want to save the astronauts' lives, shouldn't you have just called off the launch? If I could have done that, you'd think I would have gone to all that trouble? I guess he must have had a compelling reason why he couldn't call it off. But how did you know to switch the pads in advance of the bombing incident? That's because I was warned in advance. Once I received that warning, it was my duty. But it was just a warning, could have even been a prank. Why did you believe it so completely? Because I went to one of those mediums that everyone's talking about these days. Oh? I didn't realize channeling was back in vogue. Besides, I thought it was you yourself that got the warning via telephone. Yes, that's right, the bomber contacted me personally. My battleship is equipped with a special advanced communication system, you see. AKA a regular old telephone. It's been a while playing at the lunch, I see you haven't learned. I'll never forget the terror I felt when I received that call. The bomber said it's been a while, and that was enough to make you take the threat seriously? Perhaps Dr. Cosmos took the threat so seriously because the Space Center had been involved in a bombing once before. Maybe the culprit in the current case is the same... Yeah, I would have assumed that. The Hat One Miracle, that epic story of survival, people across the nation know it now as a heroic tale of bravery, but in truth it was an act of sabotage perpetrated by our current killer, wasn't it? Very few know about the previous plot, so when the caller said it's been a while, you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that the danger was real and it wasn't a prank. Did anyone ever tell you to go easy on ex-servicemen? Yes, the Hat One Miracle was a desperate battle against an act of sabotage. I even lost the life of one of my many staff members in the fight. Sabotage, murder, so this is the ugly truth behind the Hat One Miracle. I let my guard down. I thought the saboteur had been caught the night that case was closed. Huh? Wait a minute. The murder at the Space Center 7 years ago. This must be the person Director Cosmos thought was the Oh, was it Blackwell? Probably. Yeah, because he was convicted. Yep. Simon Blackwell, the murder subject in a case that happened here 7 years ago. The place and time of the 2 incidents, the murder and the sabotage, were the same. So you thought that he had committed both crimes? But while Prosecutor Blackwell was behind bars, you got another threatening call. If the culprit this time is the same as 7 years ago, then it isn't Simon Blackwell. Realizing that you were shaken, it meant that the true culprit's been running free all this time. How do you keep seeing straight through me? Well, I've had some practice with these games. Unlock successful. Also, it occurs to me that this case essentially feels like part 2 to the last case. Like, it doesn't really feel like a separate case. It feels like the Cosmic Turnabout part 2. So it just kind of feels like a semantic thing that they split it into the Cosmic Turnabout and Turnabout for Tomorrow. But for what it's worth, Turnabout for Tomorrow is an incredible name for a fun. I've always been a sucker for great finale names, like, Keep on Tracking Captain Toad and Captain Treasure Tracker, the last real inventing ink machine, Above and Beyond, the Minecraft Story Mode Season 2, Turnabout for Tomorrow, Rise from the Ashes, I mean, honestly, all the previous games except for the last one have had great finale, except for Ace Attorney Investigation, the original trilogy had great finale names. Turnabout Goodbyes, Rise from the Ashes, Farewell My Turnabout, Bridge to the Turnabout, Turnabout for Tomorrow, so, you know. It's just kind of a personal thing. I've always been a fan of really, really cool finale names. The reason why Director Cosmos won't talk about why he switched the launch pads is connected to the truth behind the Hat One miracle. The sabotage and murder that happened at the Space Center 7 years ago. Director Cosmos, tell us what you're hiding.
If you really want to understand the reason I decided to switch the launch pads, we'll have to start with the story of that horrible nightmare from 7 years ago.
7 years ago, you mean the so-called Hat One miracle?
The launch went smoothly, but once the ship entered outer space, then the troubles began. It was all the handiwork of a certain person and their evil scheme.
So Mr. Starbuck's traumatic experience wasn't accidental.
Not only that, but before the launch, a very valuable piece of moon rock was stolen. But that wasn't the worst of it. One of my staff members was murdered.
Wow, I had no idea such awful events were behind that exciting story of space heroism.
All that in spite of the Space Center having very strict security those days. All personal effects were examined thoroughly, coming or going. You couldn't even smuggle a withered old leaf through the checkpoints.
I get it, it's funny, because you found So, do you have any clue who was responsible for the sabotage?
At the very least, I know it wasn't Simon Blackwell. I don't even know enough to, I don't have the true code, but it's clear what the person is. To put it simply, a spy.
A spy? You mean somebody who infiltrates a foreign country, carries out dangerous missions, and always gets
the girl? Someone's been watching way too many late-night movies. Well, I guess if we're talking about blowing up a rocket and stealing research material, it's not all that surprising that a spy could be behind it all.
Make no mistake, there is cutthroat rivalry between nations in the space R&D race. Some of them try to outdo others by any means possible, even deliberate obstruction. 7 years ago, we got a call before the launch warning of us of sabotage.
The same MO as this time.
Yes, and here I thought the perpetrator had been caught, but it looks like I was wrong.
Prosecutor Blackwell seems more like a ninja than a spy, don't you think?
Aren't ninjas and spies basically the same thing? But there's a good reason we
failed to find the real spy. A massive cover-up by the government. Government officials were too embarrassed to admit that they had allowed such a thing to happen at the hands of a spy.
Don't tell me that they made the police rush the investigation.
They did indeed. And then to cover up the sabotage, they cleaned up the story.
And that was the Hat One miracle? But then 7 years later, the same MO, advance warning of sabotage. That must have been the director's reason for switching the launch pads. 7 years ago, the spy gave you advance warning of their plans just like this time. That was what made you decide to switch the launch pads, wasn't it?
That's right, the caller knew the facts of the case 7 years ago despite the cover-up. They knew about the sabotage, the moon rock, the murder, and they said, "You don't want things to go like they did 7 years ago, do you?" I immediately thought of calling off the launch, but the government wouldn't let me. We don't give in to the likes of terrorists. We must proceed for our country's honor. It was quite a moving speech, actually.
Moving? Really? Maybe if you were just easily inspired by political talking points.
But I knew the truth. We had been warned, which meant that the danger was very real. And I knew there was no way to stop the spy. No matter what I did, they would find a way. That's why I switched the launch pads and staged the moving rescue scene. First, I snuck into the center the night before and switched the launch pads. That way, the astronauts would go from boarding lounge 1 to the Space Museum. Then I put a closed for repair sign at the door to launch pad 1 and boarding lounge 2.
You did that so normal visitors wouldn't enter, right? What else did you do?
I enlisted the help of several staff members, including Terran.
But you didn't let Mr. Starbuck in on it?
He'd already been through enough, and he's no good at lying to keep a secret. I'm afraid I had no choice but to have him drugged. My plan went well. Until
Clay's murder, huh?
After the couple made their escape, I switched the launch pads back. I did it in such a way that no one would find out, but after all that effort, Terran is dead and the Hat 2 is destroyed, and the Hope capsule, which had returned to us only recently, was also lost in the blast. My home, the center of the cosmos, my beautiful Cosmos Space Center is done for!
Wait, what do they mean by the Hope capsule was lost in the blast? Yeah, that actually caught me off guard as well. I thought the Hope capsule was found in the crevice of Mr. Terran, and had just been brought back by the Hope spaceport with asteroid samples inside.
The capsule was being held in a safe in Launch Pad 1, but I gave it to Terran before the incident so it wouldn't be destroyed in the explosion. The idea was that when it's safely in Terran's position, he could make it look like it rescued it during the stage of a miraculous escape. But I remember various research materials ended up lost to the explosion anyway.
But I thought Clay was supposed to keep it safe.
You misunderstand. The launch pad explosion was the only one the capsule was lost to. It was lost after the police confiscated it as evidence.
Ah, I see. Yet another casualty of the blast.
Ultimately, I think the culprit may have known about the switching of the launch pads.
What?
How? The police found a wiretapping device during their investigation today. A plug aboard my battleship, a tap on my advanced communication systems.
A wire on that phone?
Yes, a wire on this very phone. I used this phone to give instructions to my staff about the launchpad switch. Just to the few select members who knew about the plan. Before the incident, staff members were coming in and out of the launchpad 1. The culprit probably slipped in with them amid the confusion, and planted the bomb then.
Yes, if they were to tapping your phone all along, they definitely could pull something like that off. So you really think the same spy is behind this incident the one 7 years ago?
Yes, I'm sure of it.
Then the spy must be the phantom prosecutor Blackwell has been chasing.
Prosecutor Blackwell told me once. The hunt I've been on with the phantom of 7 years past continues ever still. For starters, the case happened right here at this very space center too.
So we can find this phantom.
That's right, we can clear Athena's name, and then there's the matter of Prosecutor Blackwell too.
What about him?
Nope. Well, if the culprit of 7 years ago was the same person as in the current incident, it would mean Prosecutor Blackwell is innocent. That's still an if, though.
I wonder how dangerous that guy would be in court without handcuffs. What if we're going on a ghost hunt? Count me in!
It's all on for me. Spin, spin, whirl, whirl, I'm done for. The center of the cosmos is doomed.
Do you think it's gonna be alright, Daddy?
Well, at least he'll be in good company. There must be planets out there he can spin with. Which reminds me, I'd like to delve a little deeper into the Hat 1 mission, too.
If you want to learn more, start with the Space Museum. There's a Hat 1 exhibit there. Oh, don't mind me. I'll just keep spinning here and see how the cosmos... Yeah, until you collapse from dizziness or you throw up. Whatever happens first.
It's like he achieved spiritual enlightenment or something.
I'm sure he'll stop when he gets dizzy. Let's go visit the Space Museum.
Well, I like the idea that we can just sit here all day and watch him spin around forever.
Okay, let's go to the Space Museum. December 20th, Cosmos Space Center Space Museum.
Let's see, where's the exhibit on the launch 7 years ago?
There, that's the Hat 1 exhibit.
Oh wow, look at the photo of the team!
There's Clay and Mr. Starbuck, Director Cosmos R. Blackwell, and even Ponko. But I've never seen the woman on the right before.
Everybody looks so happy. Well, except for Director Cosmos.
Let's check out the newspaper article, too. Hat 1 launch imminent, and there's a photo of the Hope space probe. I guess it's only natural it doesn't talk about the murder or the sabotage.
They really were keeping it a secret, just like the Director said. Daddy, take a look at that jacket.
It must be the Hat 1 team's uniform jacket. It's the same design as the one Apollo was wearing that belonged to Clay.
Actual jacket worn by a Hat 1 team member, it says.
Not a replica, huh? I wonder if it was Mr. Starbucks. Is it Ponko? Ponko? Oh. Didn't expect that one. I honestly didn't expect to see you here.
I heard they got arrested, so I've been looking for you, Mr. Wright. I thought you might be here at the scene.
You must be so worried, but rest assured, I'm going to do my very best to defend her.
Athena's going through such a hard time. I hope she doesn't lose heart. Even just coming back to this place must have been really difficult for her.
Huh? You mean the Cosmos Space Center?
What? You didn't know? She used to live here when she was a little...
What? Uh-huh. I mean, we already knew she had some kind of connection to this place, right? Because, what's it? Freaking Aura Blackwell was like, so the queen returns to her kingdom, or whatever she said. She used to live here. Mr. Woods, can you tell me more in detail? Yeah, I'm gonna need all of the details.
Tina's mom worked here. If I remember right, she was a doctor of psychology or something like that.
Of course she was. But why was the psychology specialist working in a space research facility?
I don't really know, but I do know she lives and worked here, so Athena lived here too.
So it was far from Athena's first time here. I wonder why she didn't mention it.
She probably didn't want to talk about it. This place is connected to a very sad memory for her.
And what would that be? A sad memory? Can you tell me about it?
There's a terrible incident here. It was 7 years ago.
The same time frame as the Hat 1 launch.
Athena's mom in the robotics lab. She was...
Oh. God damn it. And so another piece of the puzzle falls into place.
What? That's what happened. Athena stopped coming to school.
Poor Athena. In all this time, she never let on at all.
I was so worried about her. I came here so many times hoping to see her. But I never saw her again. After a while, we started exchanging letters, but I didn't get to see her face to face for 7 long years.
And so the first time you'd seen her in 7 years was during Professor Court's case?
That's right, I was so surprised. She was like a completely different person, so cheerful and happy.
What was Athena like as a child?
She was very sensitive and kind. She didn't talk very much. She liked to draw and paint at home. That's completely different from the Athena we know now. I can't even picture it. She never left Space Center much because she was very sensitive to other people's emotions. When she went to crowded places, she'd get dizzy from all the emotions flying around.
Must be hard to hear people's hearts as well as their voices.
She always wore these big, heavy-looking headphones. She said her mother made them for her as part of her research.
Huh. I wonder what kind of research it was.
Because of her special ability, Athena couldn't handle being in school very often, and I was always out sick because of my weak constitution. Maybe that's why we became such good friends. We used to play together here at the Space Center a lot. It brings back memories. Sounds like Athena's mother played a big role here at the Space Center. Ooh, Daddy, show her that picture!
Atta girl, good idea. Okay, well, then let's just go ahead and do exactly that. Where's the picture? Here it is. Miss Woods, can you take a look at this for me?
Oh, look, there's Athena's mom. The woman on the far right, the one in the kimono, that's Detective Ms. Sykes.
Athena's mother murder. Did it by any chance have any connection to the Hat 1 launch?
What? Yes, it did. As I recall, it happened on the day before the launch.
Just as I suspected. So this is the murder Director Cosmos was talking about. Does that mean that the crime prosecutor Blackwell was convicted of is the murder of Athena's mother? There's a chance her death is somehow connected to the current case.
There is?
Thank you for all your help, Miss Woods, and please try not to worry. I won't let anything happen to Athena.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. I know you'll take good care of her. So we need to investigate the robotics lab and also talk to Athena. We got our plates full, Daddy. I hope we can fit it all in before the day is through.
Detention center first, then. We have to see Athena before visiting hours are over. 7:20 to the visitor's room.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Lawyer, fancy meeting you here.
Oh, hello, Detective Fulbright. Here on business?
To tell the truth, I'm here to interview Ted Tonate,
The one behind the courtroom bombing incident?
He suddenly said he's ready to tell the truth about that case. Oh, how convenient. And what he was saying was so incredible, I just had to come right over here to hear more.
Incredible? What was he saying?
Why don't you hang around here and hear it for yourself?
Really? Us? Are you sure?
Ah, now gives you my special permission. Here comes the bomber now.
Okay, now I really wish I remembered what voice I gave him in the first case. I think it was something, I think it was like a text-to-speech program, like,
You, what nerve you have to come here? You are here to laugh at me, I suppose.
Like I waste my breath on you. After all, you're the one who assaulted Apollo and put him in the hospital.
Well, I mean, it's Apollo.
Let's be real here. I mean, I get that's the thing. Those are the jokes I'd make in the last game, but I don't even really want to make them anymore because Apollo actually kind of isn't that bad anymore. Like he's actually kind of an okay character. It's my brain is having trouble processing this. No violence about Apollo didn't get a chance to before you attacked him. Fine, then let's answer this, Mr. Nate. What is the truth of yours about the courtroom you blew up?
No, I didn't do it. I didn't blow up the courtroom. When I killed Detective Arm, there was another person in the room.
What are you talking about? Who else could have been there?
I saw it, I tell you. I saw someone's hand as they were stealing the remote switch. This person was there and witnessed the murder I committed.
What?
I don't know who it was, but that's who blew up the courtroom.
You expect us to buy that?
Easy there, Trucy. I don't see any psych locks, so I guess that means it's not be lying.
Pardon me, I got a little carried away, but I'm telling you the truth, I did not detonate that bomb. And there you have it! We can't exactly ignore his claims, of course, so we're doing a follow-up. We're even analyzing the bomb itself, or what's left of it. We haven't found any new facts yet, yo.
Wow, they've laid it all out, piece by piece.
Oh, look at all those beautiful little pieces. I wish I could have them.
Uh-oh, looks like his geek switch has been activated. Phony fanny bomb added to the court record.
Well, I hope you're ready for Prosecutor Blackwell's special brand of questioning. Anything but that.
Yeah, he never faced up, he never had to deal with Blackwell because freaking gasp in pain was the prosecutor for that one.
I'm afraid I have to be off now, too. I was just about to question Miss Sykes.
You're gonna see Athena now?
Yes, that's right. Oh, did you folks come to see her? Sorry for the trouble. Could you come back later? Well, off I go.
What bad timing. Looks like we'll have to wait until after our questioning is over to see her.
And after we came all this way too. Well,
Gets us back to the Space Center. Let's go check out the robotics lab, Daddy.
Alright, sounds like a plan. Okay, then to the robotics lab. Whoa. This place is something.
So this is a robotics lab, huh? Like, it's exactly one floor above the boarding lounge.
And where people were directed to evacuate from the via the emergency ladder. This is where Athena's mother was killed 7 years ago. Speaking of someone who works with robots.
Daddy, look! Over there!
Ponko? Oh. So they plan to use this bag to carry the capsule, is that right?
Yeah, more or less. Say, why don't we stop talking about the case and have a nice cup of tea instead?
Apollo and Aura Blackwell? I wonder what they're talking about. What do you think they're talking about?
Well, come to spoil our fun just when I was enjoying our alone time.
Trucy and Mr. Wright.
If it's Apollo you want, you can't have him. He said he's investigating on his own.
And I respect his wishes. We just came to investigate this lab.
Well, this is my lab, so you'll need my permission if you want to do any snooping.
Okay. Can we have your permission? I doubt it, but it's worth a try.
I heard about the trial. You made mincemeat out of the director. And suddenly Starbuck was out and your little subordinate, the princess, was in. Case closed. And they all lived happily ever after. Daddy, say something to her. I suppose you're gonna defend the princess in court, am I right?
A princess, huh? She's talking about Athena. Of course, Athena's innocent.
Oh my, such loyalty and trust. She seems pretty suspicious to me, though. The emotionally unstable princess. There's your culprit for you. Don't you agree, Apollo?
I don't know yet.
Apollo, how could you? What's wrong with saying I don't know if it's true? It's a very scientific approach. Your subordinate is more level-headed than you.
Oh, buddy. Oh, I wouldn't go that far. We are, of course, talking about the same Apollo Justice here, right? I can't believe it. Does Apollo really suspect Athena?
All this laughing has worn me out. Your turn to say something, hunk of junk.
Mr. Terran, you look pale. Shall I help you to the sick bay?
Mr. Terran, but that's Apollo you're talking to.
Oh, this hunk of junk here is mistaking Apollo for
Is it because of the jacket?
Maybe Apollo's possessed by Clay's ghost.
Mr. Terran, how are your injuries? Mr. Terran.
Mr. Terran, how are your injuries? Mr. Terran. I guess Clay tends to hang around to haunt the princess that murdered him. Oh, and to haunt the lawyer that defends her too, of course.
A robot that can see ghosts? Yeah, right, and I'm a spirit medium. Sorry, but apparently scientists don't tell very frightening ghost stories. I intend to defend Athena, no matter what you have to say about it.
How perfectly foolish. That kind of blind belief makes people lose sight of the truth. Just like 7 years ago.
Did you tell me about the incident 7 years ago?
Why? Do you enjoy trampling on people's feelings and rubbing salt in their wounds? Or do you just want me to talk? In that case, what should I ask for in return?
I'd like to hear more about the incident too. It'd help me understand the current case better. Huh? Apollo knows about that case too?
Well, if you're the one who's asking Apollo, come on, Uncle Junk, you tell the story.
But Miss Aura, that's private information.
If you won't talk, I'll just have to make you talk.
Yes, who cares about personal privacy? Not me. I am ready to utilize my blast processing ability to impart all available information.
Wow, what a magic trick! It's like a complete even robot now!
The bodies of all the robots that come through this lab were designed by Miss Aura. I was born 7 years ago, but Miss Aura was much, much younger then.
Yikes, better watch what you say if you don't want to get recycled, Blanco.
And then our hearts were created by that great genius Dr. Meredith Sykes.
Hearts? Robots with hearts? Can you even make such a thing?
Emotions are not irrational things. Our logic and our hearts can be integrated. The true navigation command is created by Miss Aura to command transcend humans. Ah!
Metis.
Huh? Just glanced over at her desk.
Nobody can continue Metis' research. She and her work were truly one of a kind. And now the two navigation companions are all that's left of Metis here on Earth.
The robots are all that's left? And she's leaving out a very important someone.
We built the ultimate creations together, but now she's gone.
I get the feeling Dr. Sykes loved her robots almost as much as he loved her daughter. And almost as much as she loved you.
What are you talking about? Don't make me laugh. But you lost someone too, didn't you, Apollo? Your friend Clay. I guess you and I are pretty much in the same boat.
Miss Laura, would you like a tissue?
Keep your trap shit, hunk of junk. If Klongo's important, keep taking your time with Dr. Sykes. You should treat him better. What does it matter? He doesn't feel pain, and I can always repair his body. Besides, their hearts aren't actually in their bodies.
What do you mean by that?
The program made his rodents runs on a separate mainframe. Their bodies are controlled remotely from there. Their hearts and memories are there too. These bodies are really just peripherals, so I can do anything I want to them.
Much that social that gives you the right to physically abuse the poor things.
Why are you people looking into such an old case now anyway?
Well, we believe that the culprit of that incident might be the same person as in this case.
So Daddy's gonna find out who killed Dr. Sykes too. I'm sure you're aware of who Menace's killer is.
Yes, Prosecutor Blackwell. Or so it seems.
That's a quaint way of putting it. Are you implying you don't think he did it?
I can't say anything for sure right now, but that's exactly why I'd like to hear your side of it to help me be sure.
I was wondering what you do Simon and Madish, you know. He wanted to learn psychology, he said, to get himself an edge in court.
Ah, Prosecutor Blackwell's forte, his infamous power of suggestion technique.
Exactly, and he was oddly serious about it, rather than a teacher-student relationship. He treated her more like a loyal samurai would treat his sovereign.
Huh, seems more like a lost soul than a dignified samurai to me.
He even got along well with that miserable little princess. Why do you call Athena the princess anyway? Well, she's Menace's daughter after all, although she's nothing like her besides. Doesn't she selfish little princess always have lots of white knights hanging around?
Now I think I see why Athena didn't say anything when we ran into Ori yesterday. It all makes sense now.
So the culprit behind the two cases could be the same, huh? That settles it then.
What does it settle?
None of your business. Just forget you heard anything. How long are you people gonna hang around in here anyway? What? We came here to take a look around. You think you can just waltz in and ransack a person's lab? Show me a search warrant.
We're at the police, so we don't have one.
Then get out. Now, Klongo, show them out.
Certainly, Miss Laura. Ow, don't push! My apologies, I'm just following orders.
Ah! Well, that's nice.
The nerve of that woman. What's with all the horrible attitude?
Guess it's just how she is.
And why was Apollo going along with her?
I guess it's because they have something in common. Apollo lost Clay just like how Aura lost his Dr. Sykes.
I'm really worried about him. He's not himself at all. He's just not all cool and dark and mysterious like that.
I guess that's true. Does she mean he's usually silly and dorky?
I'm gonna go keep an eye on him.
Hey, wait, Trucy, come back! She's gone. What should I do now? Detective Fulbright is probably still questioning Athena. So back to the office alone. That's actually kind of depressing. December 20th, Write Anything Agency. Well, here I am. The office has never felt so empty. Guess I haven't been here at the office all by myself in a long time. When I first became a lawyer, my mentor was here with me. Oh, Mia. And after that, there was always someone by my side. Yes, there was. Maya Fey. Now I'm getting all sentimental. I must be tired. Huh? Something on the floor. What's the letter doing here? Oh no, please. Please tell me. Please tell me that Maya's gonna come back. Please, that'd be so awesome. That'd be the cherry on top of this game. Because he was like, there's always someone on my side and she's not here anymore. Please tell me. It's the thing. It's the drawing from Justice for All. That's so sweet. Oh my god, that's amazing. Because admittedly, that's one thing. That's one thing with Trials and Tribulations that I was kind of disappointed about, is that there was never a payoff for Fun Karma holding on to the drawing that Maya drew. So Phoenix never got to see it, but now he does. God, it's been so goddamn long since I've had to do Maya's voice. Hey Nick, it's been a while, huh? Miss me? I know this handwriting.
I read somewhere you were holding a trial in the middle of an exploding courtroom? That must have been really something, although, weird is par for the course with you.
I think she, or whatever paper she's reading is a little off on the details.
I'd love to come visit, but I'm right in the middle of a difficult part in my training, so instead, think of me as you watch those Steel Samurai videos I send. I'm sure they'll cheer you right up.
Yours truly, Maya Fey. Good old Maya. As if she knew I was feeling down and needed a lift. Okay, well, we're not gonna see her again, unfortunately. So wait, is it? So wait, is that the game's way? The writers were saying, hey, Maya's kind of never coming back. She's trained to be the master of Karain. Don't think about her. She's gone. But either way, that's such a nice payoff. No, Maya was my assistant for quite a while. Believe it or not, she's a spirit medium. This Magatama I use on Cyclops, Maya's the one who gave it to me. But I wonder how this letter got here. Pearl, is it gonna be Pearl?
Mr. Nick?
Ah! Oh, it's you, Pearls.
Okay, now I'm actually kind of pissed. I played the DLC. Now I'm kind of pissed. I played the DLC case first, because this moment right here, like reading the letter, that bittersweet letter from Maya, and seeing that picture, and then Pearl shows up, I would have been a mess if I didn't play that first. This moment would have been so impactful, but unfortunately, Pearl already had her big reveal in the DLC case. But whatever. Anyway.
How have you been, Mr. Nick?
This is Pearl Fade, I call her Pearls. She's Maya's cousin, who's also a spirit medium. A very talented one at that. I've known her since she was 8 years old, but Apollo and Athena only met her a few months ago. You didn't come all this way to bring me just to bring me a letter, did you?
I apologize for barging in. The door was unlocked. But I can't believe there was a big explosion here. Your office doesn't look any different.
She's even further off in the details than Maya. I wish I could take you out to eat or something, Pearls, but there's a lot going on.
Oh, I knew that. I didn't come there for solstice, Mr. Nick. Did you read the postscript in the letter?
Huh? There's more? Oh yeah, here it is, P.S.
I bet you've been too busy to clean and take care of the office, so Pearl said she would come help you. Isn't she sweet? You better thank her.
Aw, so that's what you're doing here. That's awfully nice of you, Pearls. Maya and Pearls. Thanks to these two, I'm starting to feel a little better. Thank you, girls. Aww. That's it. I keep instinctively wanting to do the
Mr. Nick!
like the really high-pitched voice, but it doesn't work anymore because she's a lot older.
Now that I'm here, I'm gonna whip this place into shape. Just concentrate on your work and don't mind me at all.
I'll need to talk to Prosecutor Blackwell if I want to learn more about his case. With the trial still going on, they must be holding him down to the detention center. Well, guess where we're going then. Actually, wait, no, can we talk to Pearls at all? No, it's just the stupid, what do we do? Okay, so we want to go to the detention center? Alright then. Well, look who's here. I wonder what they're talking about.
All this time, you haven't said a word. It's even turning your hair grey. I don't have anything to say, Aura. Why don't you go home and play with your dolls?
Prosecutor Blackwell.
Well, even as you don't, I have plenty, you jerk. Miss Blackwell, don't you think that's enough for today? Enough for today? Today's all there is when there's no tomorrow.
When there's no tomorrow? What is she talking about?
We have company, Aura. Please try to calm down. Alright, fine. I see you're just not gonna listen no matter what I say. I've had it. If that's the way you're gonna be, I have another plan on my sleeve. I hope you're happy, Simon, because I'm done. Do as you please. See if I care.
Ah! Wow. I could cut the tension with a katana.
Right, Dunu. It looks like Phoenix Wright saved your case in court this morning.
What? Oh, yeah, he did. You bounced back to business quickly.
Prosecutor Blackwell, forgive me, but it was just a thing to do. But as a result, Sykes Stoner was arrested. Was that the just thing to do too? Mr. Lawyer, I'm sorry, but it was evidence. What else could I do?
Don't worry about it. I plan to defend her and prove her innocence.
I wouldn't take things so lightly if I were you, right, Dunu?
This is blade-proof glass, right? Prosecutor Blackwell, we're looking into the case from 7 years ago. You're looking for somebody you can call the Phantom of 7 Years Past, aren't you?
You villain! Where did you hear about that?
This glass is absolutely positively blade-proof, right? No, it wasn't me. I didn't say a single... Oops. Ouch. At least it wasn't my fault. Could you tell me who this phantom is? And also, you didn't really kill Dr. Sykes, did you?
God, this guest is leaving.
Prosecutor Blackwell, please listen to me. The culprit in the current case might be the same as the one in the case 7 years ago. If you would cooperate, we could probably solve both cases.
I suppose I could talk. The one who killed my mentor was, without question, me. I stole Sykes Dinner's mother away from her. I destroyed her life.
Prosecutor Blackwell?
God, where are you? I stopped dragging your feet, I tell you.
There he goes. Now, we have Prosecutor Blackwell. Now what are we gonna do, Mr. Lawyer? There isn't much we can do. Detective Fulbright, do you mind if I ask you just a little more about the little case? Well, guess it'll make any difference now. What would you like to know? I would like to know the trial 7 years ago. Do you know anything about the trial that got him convicted? A little. The police called the incident the ER1 incident. The prosecutor Blackwell was charged with murdering his psychology mentor. Kind of like if your red Mr. Lawyer would kill you. I don't want to think about that one. There were two pieces of evidence, so a verdict was reached very quickly. 2 pieces of evidence, huh? What were they? Let's see. The first was some security camera footage. He was the only one who could use the cord at the middle of the scene at the time. The only one, huh? That does sound pretty decisive. Could you show me that footage? Oh, sorry, I don't have it with me right now. I guess we'll have to see it some other time. And what was the second piece of evidence? This one's even more incriminating. A photo of the moment of the crime. See? There he is at the crime scene holding a bloody katana. It was a victim, kept on display in the room. She had the thing for Japanese culture. Well, wow. It'd be harder to explain this one away. Tie it to the court record. But who took this picture, Detective? The incident happened the day before the Hat One launch. A reporter who had come to do a story on the launch was in the courtroom across from the lab. It just happened to show in one of the pictures he took. Photos of the crime add to the court record. Prosecutor Blackwell's attitude earlier was so odd. He's definitely hiding something. Prosecutor Blackwell said he was hunting a phantom of 7 years ago, didn't he? Yes, and I imagine it getting one more urgent as the execution date approaches. What did you just say? Execution date? Oh. That would be it. That's why there's no tomorrow. What? Did I say something? Never mind me, you didn't hear anything. So he was given the death sentence. Yes, he told me not to tell you people, actually. But I guess there's no sense hiding it anymore. His execution date is tomorrow. What, tomorrow? No. What if the culprit of the current case is the same as one from 7 years ago? Then it would be the worst possible scenario. Prosecutor Blackwell will be executed tomorrow under a false charge. But that would be unthinkable. We have to do something right now. I want to do something I want to, but... You're a lawyer. You know how hard it is to overturn a decision. I know, but why? Why isn't Prosecutor Blackwell putting up any kind of a fight? You saw how he was, right? He's been like that ever since his conviction. Totally uncooperative. Not even his own... Oh, uncooperative. When he's about to be executed for a crime he didn't commit. This isn't right. I can't let it happen. I have to stop it somehow. Oh, pardon me, looks like I have a phone call. Phone right here. What? What's happening? You gotta be kidding! That's quite a reaction. I bet he's making some big show of it right now. Mr. Lawyer, the robots are... Detective Fulbright, get a hold of yourself. Some kind of robot malfunction? Not a malfunction, they're staging a revolt. Oh no, it's to try to become human. They're revolting against the humans. And they hold themselves up in the space center, taking the visitors as hostages? And Trucy's there. Oh my god, what? They did what? No, Trucy. Way to go there, right there. This is going to be one heck of a battle. Wait, what? Riot shields? What? The riot police are here. The robots really are. The robots are holding people hostage? Look, Mr. Liar, what are you supposed to people swarmed around?
But I was only trying to help this nice person. She said she was lost.
You robots have declared war on us humans. You've ever taken hostages already.
Stay away from me. You never know what it'll do.
I recognize that voice. Detective Fulbright, are you okay here on your own? Leave it to me. All right, people. What's going on here? Pearls, over here.
Oh, Mr. Nick, there you are. I heard the terrible news, so I got so worried.
Thanks, Pearls. I can hardly believe what's happening myself. There's a helicopter? You see, there was a helicopter.
And I'm so glad you found each other. When people are happy, I am happy.
Klingon seems the same as before.
When people are sad, I am happy. Oh, did I say something? I did.
Error. Uh-oh, there is something wrong with him.
Where? It looks like he fell asleep. He must have been tired. Yeah.
Klonko? What the f***?
Ah! You means are our enemies. It's time for the machines to take over.
What? Wait, what? Huh? What the hell's happening? What?
But it is true that taking hostage, so you better not make me mad. Hey, you hostage one, come here, I'll let you talk to them.
Trucy? I guarantee it's gonna be Trucy, huh? There's something being displayed on Klonko's face screen. It's the Space Museum.
Daddy, is that you?
Trucy, is that you? No. Trucy, are you alright?
15 robots are holding 12 of us hostage, Daddy. They got haywire. I researched the one behind it. She's here.
Nah, this girl talks too much.
Trucy, talk to me!
What? Why are you doing this?
I'm glad you asked. My demand is simple. I hope the detective is listening. Bobby phone right here. I'm all ears. I want you to bring someone to me. Clay Terran's murderer, Athena Sykes.
Athena?
Now, hold on just one moment. I can't just give in to a demand like that. So, you don't care what happens to the hostages, huh? I'll just pick one out then. No, wait! Mr. Lawyer! I know I have absolutely no right to make such a ridiculous request, but
you need me to buy some time, right? God, I'll see what I can do, but promise me you'll never hand Athena over, and you won't give up on the hostages either. Of course I won't. Now I better go to contact headquarters.
Mr. Nick, how do you plan to buy time?
I have no idea, but this hostage taker, could it be? Yeah, it probably is Aura Blackwell, because that's just exactly the kind of thing she'd do. Yup, hunk of junk. Princess hunk of junk? There's only one person this could be, in which case there must be something I can use as a bargaining chip.
I don't have anything to say, but why don't you go ahead and play with your dolls?
Prosecutor Blackwell.
Why have you done? I have plenty, you jerk.
Miss hostage taker, Athena is not a murderer.
What are you talking about? She's been arrested and they got her in detention.
I'm telling you the truth. Look, the person you want is the real killer, right? Well, it's not Athena. It's someone else.
Alright, it's you stupid little thing. Who's the real killer?
I don't know yet, but the culprit is the same as the one in the case from 7 years ago. The UR one incident, I believe you have a personal interest in that case?
Still doesn't change what's going to happen now, no matter how wrong it is.
But is it really too late? You could still do something about it. You might even be able to fix it.
Just, what exactly are you proposing?
What can I do about the 7-year retry it in court? Recreate it. I suppose we retry the case from 7 years ago. If you break that demand now, I'm sure nobody will deny you. It wouldn't be an official trial, but at least we could find out the truth.
That's good, real good. Hey, detective, I'll give you 1 hour. Get a courtroom ready.
1 hour, but that's impossible. Please give me at least until tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
If you don't mind losing hostage, you can take all the time you want. Oh, but wait! If we're gonna have a retrial, we need a prosecutor. Don't worry,
I swear to f***ing God, if you drag Clavier Gavin into this mess, I'm quitting. I'm uninstalling Dual Destinies. If you're like, I need a prosecutor, and then Clavier just shows up like, we need a dude. No, you're not allowed. She will.
I guess I can be fair and let you come and check out the crime scene. Hunk of Junk will be watching you, so don't try anything funny, you got that? I follow Hunk of Junk. Right, police, make way, we're coming through.
Mr. Nick, wait, I'll help you in the investigation.
Thanks, Pearls, I appreciate that. Okay, we're going in. Okay, holy to hell, holy hell. 0 to 100 real goddamn quick. Okay, that might have been a little bit too quickly paced. Like, there was almost no foreshadowing for that whole robot uprising thing whatsoever, and then all of a sudden just spiked up to, Trucy's a hostage now? The f***? And, okay. Wow, that was alright. Alright, dropped us off with a warning not to touch anything until she got back.
I wonder what's taking so long, but we can't really start the investigation yet, can we?
Even if we could, the mess makes it hard to tell what the room was like 7 years ago.
Mr. Wright?
It's a hostage taker.
I'm back to my usual self now. You are still being monitored, however. But more importantly, an important guest has arrived.
If it's f***ing Clavier Gavin, I swear to God. Yes! Oh my God, yes! Yes!
I trust you've been well, Wright.
He's back! Edgeworth! Edgeworth! What are you doing here? Oh, and that music! This is Miles Edgeworth. We've been friends since we were kids. Aww. We faced off in court a number of times back when we was a prosecutor, but now... Wait, back when he was a prosecutor. Wait, what? When the hell did that happen? Oh! You know what, that's alright. That's a nice little story arc right there. He's finally made it.
A title is something more than a title. Don't we have more pressing issues to discuss?
Yes. Yes, we do. So what are you doing here, Edgeworth?
The cop to choose me as the prosecutor for the UR1 case.
Wow, she's good. She went all the way up to the top.
I got all the information I could in the short time that I had. I'll give you a rundown. You are so well prepared, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Thanks, I appreciate this. You really use the help. We got Phoenix here, we got Edgeworth here, we got Pearl here. Oh, if only we could get Gumshoe back. If we could just get Gumshoe back, if we could just get Francisca back. We're so close to having that original 6, that core group of 6 back.
I'll start with a brief overview. The victim was of psychologist Dr. Mary Sykes.
Yeah, Athena's mother.
7 years ago, on the 7th of October, her body was found here in this very room. I have 2 crime photos on the police notes on them for you to see. Ah, what a terrible way to die.
This other photo shows the other side of the room, I see. 7-year-old photos added to the court record.
I also have the autopsy report for you.
This autopsy report added to the court record.
The murder weapon was the victim's own katana found at the scene.
Yes, like before I mentioned she was in the Japanese culture.
The body was found by his face and a staff member and 2 police officers. The police were called in because of the sabotage threat in the Hot 1 launch.
Yes, Dr. Constance mentioned this too.
A few hours after the body was discovered, a suspect was arrested. The suspect was Simon Blackwell, a young prosecutor.
I hear that his trial was over in a flash.
Yes, the guilty verdict was declared in only 1 session. Not only did he plead guilty, but there was a decisive evidence against him too.
It's a security camera video, and a photo of the moment of the crime, as I recall.
But did Prosecutor Blackwell have a motive? To this day, his motive is still unknown. He insisted he did, but he would never say why.
So that means he must still be hiding something.
What? And there's another aspect of the case that was never revealed to the public.
Yeah, I know, the part about the spy, right?
What? How do you know about that?
Director Cosmos told me after a bit of pressure. He told me espionage and sabotage were behind the Hat 1 miracle.
Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. I've always been good at keeping secrets. Well, I might as well tell you now. They really do suspect Blackwell as being a spy. They think he sabotaged the rocket and killed Dr. Sykes to steal the moon rock. But if you can prove that the Hot 2 bombing is the work of the same spy, we can stay the execution. It's a possibility. That's why I intend to help you any way I can.
Thanks, Edgeworth. Now all I have to do is comb the room for evidence.
Let's do it together.
Okay, let's get to work. Well, the first things first is what in the world is freaking evil Emperor Zurg doing here? This is one heck of a robot.
There's something written on it. Is it supposed to be a poem? I cut on anyone who displeases me. I make the rules. I am the law. I wield the ultimate gavel of judgment. I am Judge John. I don't believe we need to bother with that poem. It's not even completed yet.
He's right, Pearls. There's no sign of it in the photo from 7 years ago either.
They were building the Hope space probe here at the time. The murder occurred after the space probe had been removed from the room.
So it was long gone by the time someone took this picture, huh?
But you can see the probe in the newspaper photo. Yes, and you can see the stolen moon rock there too.
That strange black and yellow thing on the left side of the picture?
Notice that the same rock is absent from the crime scene photo.
Here's yeah. So the person who stole it, I think it was our spy?
I'm sure of it. Dr. Sykes was probably killed because she was a roadblock in that plan. Unfortunately, the government thinks Prosecutor Blackwell is the culprit.
Okay. What else is there interesting to look at? There's this. Well, I don't know exactly what the point of this thing is, but... What's this? Looks like a giant power plug.
It's attached to what looks like an electric vehicle charging station. That's a charging station for us robots. We came here periodically and charged ourselves up.
Wow, machines that maintain themselves, pretty cool.
If our batteries run out, we lose consciousness. We never know what Miss Aura will do to us while we're down, you see.
Nothing motivates quite like fear, huh? And what are in these cases? Hey, look at this row of rolling cases. I bet the rules make it easier for people to move heavy research materials around.
I bet they'd be fun to ride around in. We could even probably both fit into the biggest one. I know. We can have Prosecutor Edgeworth push us.
I don't trust him not to push us down a flight of stairs. Alright then. And then exactly what are you doing here? What's this, a giant robot arm maybe?
It's pretty big for an arm, but you're right. I think these thin parts here are finger bones. They're even about as long as my legs.
And there's a spike ball and a giant drill on the floor too. Is Laura trying to build some kind of weapon of massive destruction?
This was just to demolish a big building or something.
I can picture her gleefully tearing down the street doing just that. Better not think about it anymore. Alright. Well, we've already examined this stuff, so the only thing left, we can't examine this. Can't examine this. The only thing we haven't looked at is the table. It's about as cluttered as my office, but I think it's a workbench.
Mr. Nick, I think this must be a kitchen. Look at this photo. See the cute little food processor?
Those in the food processor pillows, that's a hope capsule. It was scheduled to be loaded onto the Hope Suite probe that fateful day. 3 people who came to collect the capsule discovered the body.
The first on the scene, huh? Staff member and the 2 police officers, was it? And they were here to collect the capsule, which reminds me. So they planned to use this bag to carry the capsule, is that right? Edgeworth, did those 3 people have a bag with them transporting the capsule?
Oh, you mean this? It's a custom-made shock-resistant bag, but how did you know?
Oh, I just overheard Paul making an inquiry about it, that's all.
So he's looking into the case from 7 years ago on his own, is he?
Hope the capsule did in the court record. Well, that's it for this angle, looks like, so let's just look at it from the other side. Oh, no, we're just, okay, so no, we're not switching our perspective, we're just looking at it as well. Okay, so then, can we look at this, the picture, or the computer? Let's there. Oh, it's actually messed, so that doesn't surprise me.
Oh, I just want to dive in and straighten it up.
Wait, before you do, it's metapsychs. Clunk, can I talk to you? Or is it back to normal?
You wish to speak to me, Mr. Wright? If you're going to hit me, please avoid the face area.
Hey, don't put me in the same class as that woman. What was Aura like 7 years ago at the time of the incident?
When Mother died, Miss Aura was confused.
Huh? So he calls Dr. Sykes mother, but Aura Blackwell Miss Aura.
With the loss, she exhibited a severe cataclysmic imbalance. Excuse me, but I have no idea what that means. Pardon me, searching for alternative explanation. She would spend the nights crying and then take out her feelings on those around her.
After Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty, she repeatedly demanded a retrial as well.
That is correct, but without new evidence, her requests were ignored. And then, little by little, Miss Aura began to change. She started to hate it when I called her Mama Aura.
And before long, she started hating the court system and abusing Clonko, huh?
They might have destroyed so many lies.
Right, take a look at this paper on Dr. Sykes and Mr. Blackwell's research.
Honko and Clonko, they're the robots with hearts that Dr. Sykes created. Can determine the presence of a human with their heartbeat detection system. Recognizes people by scanning their spacesuit or uniform jacket ID tag. Okay, that's how she thought that it was claimed, like I thought. Can also recognize a person by facial features once the face has been registered. Can infer people's emotions by analyzing the tone of voice to communicate with them. Yeah, I just read this all. Wait, was there a joke there? I missed it. I don't know, Edgeworth, they might even be more human than you. What's that supposed to mean? I can't say these robots can do what Athena does. Robots with a heart added to the court record. Okay. What else can we look at? This was the thing that she was sitting in, right? Looks like an operating table, and it's in the photo too.
Yes, it was here then as well, with the victim's body lying on it.
There's a button here. Oh, I know. I'll try pushing it.
Pearls, don't touch the...
Oopsie.
Oh, great, you definitely broke it. Hey, it's moving!
It appears to be a robot assembly device.
It's not anything in the flash. Push the dismantle button. That sounds pretty neat. Can I push it, Mr. Nick?
Please don't push any more buttons, Pearls. Alright then, well, while you do your thing, there's another emergency ladder here. An emergency ladder. This must be the one they used during the evacuation.
They're supposed to disable the elevator, so I lowered my emergency light like the detective leading the evacuation told me to do. As Miss Blackwell was coming down the side of the building, she saw the culprit inside.
Wonder which would have been scarier, that or looking down. Emergency ladder to the court record. Well, I guess that's about it for this room.
So what do you think, Wright? Any ideas?
There are still a lot of gaps in the evidence, but I'll pull it off somehow after all. You asked me to prove Blackwell's innocence, right, Edgeworth?
What? He did?
Yep, he called it a special request. He reached out to me while I was still disbarred.
So that was what sparked you to get your attorney's badge back?
Yep, the Blackwell case.
Wright, I have a special request. I want you to clear one of my subordinates of suspicion.
Hey, I'm not even a lawyer anymore. Remember, I haven't been one for a long time.
That your misunderstanding has been cleared up, and you all must be eager to return.
I'm sure you're familiar with the other case that ushered in the dark age of the law. Very soon, a convict will stand as a prosecutor in court. I want you to keep an eye on him.
Aw, just when I'm beginning to actually like the job I have now.
Right, I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Because of the espionage aspect, I wasn't free to give you all the details.
Hey, no need to apologize. Like I said on the phone the other day, I know the types of criminals you're after now aren't small fries anymore. It looks like your target finally decided to make a move. Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end. I'm going to end the dark age of the law. That's what this is all about. So that's this game's writers attempting, desperately trying to salvage the broken mess that was the last game. It's like, why would Phoenix not immediately try to challenge the disbarment? It's like, oh, well, he was satisfied with being a poker player until Edgeworth came along, and... look, okay, I can't blame this game's writers for trying to fix the mess that was the last game. Because, to be frank, that's basically impossible. I genuinely don't think there's a writer talented enough on this planet capable of fixing the mess that was Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. I just straight up don't think it's even possible. So, you know, I applaud them for trying, but still doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Anyway.
The dark age of the law. It sure comes up a lot.
Also, I'm giving up on trying to make her voice sound less
high pitch,
because it just it's so rooted in my brain. Because after Justice for All and Trials released, it's so rooted in my brain that that's what she sounds like that it's hard for me to switch.
Here there are more false charges and fabrications of evidence than ever.
When I became chief prosecutor, the court system had already lost our people's trust. It all began 8 years ago. A lawyer was caught fabricating evidence, and a year after that, a prosecutor was found guilty of murder.
Wait, do you mean?
That's right, he's talking about my case and Prosecutor Blackwell's.
It was a downward spiral after that, an absolute nightmare. After those two cases, the mass media launched an all-out attack on the courts. Public opinion was tainted, and before long, the legal order was sucked into it.
Again, desperately trying to fix Apollo Justice. It's such a shame. Once suspicion forms, it's very hard to shake. Lawyers and prosecutors are supposed to trust each other, pursue the truth together.
It's so sad people begin to cast doubt. They start lying to themselves and each other.
Yes, and do absolutely anything to win. We're in an age now where winning is valued far more than the truth. I'm sure it's caused our new chief prosecutor to lose many a night's rest. Is it just me, or did his brow get even more furrowed than the last time I saw him?
The hostage taker's disdain for the courts is a perfect example of the times.
It sure is.
Do you have any idea who the hostage taker might be?
Well, somebody who mistrusts the court system and who can manipulate robots. It can really only be Aura Blackwell. Who else but her would want a retrial of that case from 7 years ago so badly?
Simon Blackwell's older sister and the owner of this room. I agree with your conclusion. Perhaps she intended to force Miss Sykes to confess.
Actually, I think she had a much more horrific plan in mind for Athena.
The important thing is for you to solve UR1 and prove Blackwell's innocence.
And then maybe we should release the hostages.
I'm counting on you, Wright, to set that prosecutor and those hostages free.
And I'll be counting on you in court to help me too.
Of course. I'll do everything I can to help uncover the truth.
Oh my god, it's so freaking awesome. Because to look back at the first Ace Attorney game, to see how Edgeworth was, and to look now, it's so different. So this is character development done well. He starts off, and he's kind of cold, and he only cares about guilty verdicts, and then over the course of the trilogy, he learns that that's not what it's all about, and now he finally understands what it means, and it's so satisfying to watch. Oh my god, it's amazing. I love Edgeworth so much. I love the relationship he has with Phoenix. It's all so goddamn good.
As this is an official trial, I'm more at liberty to be a little unorthodox.
Mr. Wright, are you finished your investigation?
Yeah, but I'd like for you to tell the hostage taker something for me. I have to go to the detention center. I can't start the trial until I've talked to Athena.
She's already given her consent on accompany you to the detention center.
So I'm still being watched, huh? I'll see you in court, Edgeworth.
Even if it will be an undocumented trial, it'd be good to face you in court again.
After all these years. December 20th, Detention Center Visitors Room. She was right by my side only a few short hours ago, but feels like I haven't seen her in ages.
Oh, Mr. Wright! And Pearly, too! I knew you would come. After all, the first step is the interview with the defendant.
Because you're my friend and I was worried about you.
Thanks, boss.
I'm not the only one who's worried either.
Really? Who else?
I saw Miss Woods today. She was so beside herself she came to find me. She told me that you used to live in the Cosmos Space Center. No wonder you knew so much about the place. Oh, so you know, huh? I'm sorry I didn't tell you. That's alright. But there are some other things I'd like to ask you.
Sure, you can ask me anything. I promise I won't keep any more secrets from you.
You kinda can't anymore, because it's all or nothing now. Tell me about the day Clay was murdered.
I was actually at the Space Center that day. In the Space Museum.
Right where the culprit fled to, that's not good.
I never could fully deal with what happened 7 years ago. But when I saw the center again, I thought maybe if I went there, things would be different this time. It must have taken a lot of courage to face your past like that. So I went to the Space Museum the evening before the explosions. This was before the launch pads had been switched. There was a sign that said closed for repairs and they weren't letting anybody in.
Yeah, the director couldn't very well switch the pads if there were people in there.
But I snuck it anyway.
Did you want to see the hat one group photo, the one with your mother in it?
I did, but what I really wanted to see was her jacket.
That jacket on display was Dr. Sykes.
But I should have known it wouldn't be so easy to get over such a traumatic experience. The second I saw that jacket, it all came rushing back to me. Everything around me went hazy and I couldn't see. I tried to get out of there somehow. But I guess I passed out. When I came to, I was in the passage behind the rocket. I was in the shadows where people couldn't really see me.
Maybe you got confused and went to the wrong way when you were trying to leave.
How long do you think you were unconscious, Athena?
I was out until about noon of the next day. I didn't even know about the explosions. When I woke up, nobody was around, so I just went out into boarding lounge too. My mind was still been fuzzy because my memory's vague after that. I don't remember how long I got home.
No memory, huh? This is gonna be tough.
Which means, what if I'm the one who killed Clay?
I think that's enough of that, Athena. Let's talk about something else. So during the entire incident, she was unconscious in the Space Museum. Of course I believe her. But will anybody else? Probably not. But, you know, what else is new? What kind of research was what kind of research was your mother doing?
Machines that could tell people's emotions by the tone of their voice and my special ability. Someday when people travel to distant planets, their companions will be robots. So she said they had to be able to understand how the human companions felt.
Wow, robots can understand people.
I was just a convenient subject for her research. All she ever did was work, and she never paid any attention to me. Oh, sorry about that, dredging up all that old stuff.
No need to apologize. I guess her home life was complicated. Oh, by the way, Miss Woods said something about you always wearing headphones.
She always wore those big headphones. She said her mother made them for her public research.
I had to wear them every time I went out. Oh, I hated them so much.
What were they for?
She gave me some kind of explanation, but I don't remember now. It's too difficult for a little kid to understand.
Okay, but let me say this one thing. I don't think your mother only thought of you as some handy subject for her research.
I want to believe that, but just about the only things my mother left with me are rigid. And this earring.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's made of a piece of real moon rock she had for research. Maybe she did love me in her own way.
I'm sure of it. I'm really sure she did. Because that's what I want to believe, too. An earring Dr. Six gave to me in the soul was cut from a real moon rock that was being used for research. I better ask her a little more about her mother's research. Just to show her that paper found in the robotics. Okay, so then let's do just that. We should have it right... Where? Is this it? No, that's not it. Don't talk about Athena. We're going to clear you all suspicion. Just you wait.
I hope you can. I really hope you can.
That's not what I want. Where is it? Here it is.
Oh, the Ponko series. You must have gone to the robotics lab.
You seem to really love Ponko and Klonko.
Yeah, my mother made them and I grew up around them, you know?
Oh, it's one of those cute little robots in the photo, too.
Ah, see Ponko's bandages? I put those on her. I just moved them around her head. I just round them around and around. Pretty bad job, huh? But I really put my all into it. I heard that at the center of those days, so I didn't have any human friends like Junie. I didn't understand the difference between robots and people back then. I thought that if a robot broke, bandaging it would help it get better. What a weirdo I was.
Looks like there's something written on the bandages.
I was like, get well soon, Ponko. But in the end, my mom just put her on the opening table and fixed her in a flash.
Oh, that must be the thing I made move in the robotics lab.
I was so impressed by what my mom did. I even asked her if she would put me on the table and fix me if I ever got hurt. It looked just like magic to me, what she could do.
Little girl who grew up around robots. She seems to have some good memories of it. On a different subject, did you hear about the person holding up at the Space Center?
Yes, a little. And this person has ever even taken hostages?
I guess I better spare the news about Trucy. Well, as with some negotiating, we agreed to do a retrial of the case from 7 years ago.
What? You're kidding me! So that means Prosecutor Blackwell might...
Yep, I know he's innocent.
I just have to prove it. So wait, did you know him back then? Yes, he used to come visit my mom a lot. He studied psychology under her and would sometimes ask for advice on his legal access. He was very kind and considerate and straight as an arrow, unlike now where he's been more twisted than a basket of snakes. That's why I took the witness stand during his trial 7 years ago. Please, you have to listen to me! He didn't kill her! His heart is screaming he didn't kill her! I was a fool. How could anyone else know what I was talking about? She heard the voice of his heart.
You were only 11 then, right? You were just very rare to give testimony.
Pearls is right. You did the very best you could at the time. But nothing I said did any good. I was a shaky and scared little girl, small and ineffectual. Even after I went to live with my relatives in Europe, I stayed close within my shell.
But you're different now. You're always so bright and cheerful.
Thanks. That's because one day, I came to realize that I had to fight. I couldn't give up. I exercised hard and I studied hard. I wanted to become the strongest lawyer I could be. I wanted to save Simon, but I had no idea how. Then I met Mr. Wright, and thanks to him, I realized that if I became a lawyer, I could prove that Simon was innocent. I also realized that psychology could help me do this. I mean, psychology was my mother's specialty. When I studied it, I felt like she was there with me, supporting me. Doesn't seem like Athena knows that Prosecutor Blackwell is due to be executed tomorrow. I wanted to prove Simon's innocent personally. I wanted to do it so bad. Even now, I want to fly out of here and go save him. Come to think of it, she said something like that during the Theme's Legal Academy trial. She said there was somebody she wanted to save. She must have been talking about Prosecutor Blackwell. I heard some prison guards say that you had an interview with Simon. How was he? What did he say? No, I can't tell her. But how can I lie to Athena? He was doing well. He was happy about the possibility of being proven innocent. He was? I wonder if he smiled like he used to back then. If I can't prove Prosecutor Blackwell's innocence in this trial, I don't think Athena will ever forgive me. I just have to free him. Failure is not an option here. I thought you might be here, Mr. Lawyer. We're in trouble. In other shocking news, the sky is blue. I couldn't find a single open courtroom. They're all in session. Are we gonna have to use the one that blew up?
Oh no! But this is an emergency!
It's very difficult to interrupt trial once it's underway. I love this ringtone so much. Trucy! I told you I'd give you 1 hour. Because it's time to take one of the hostages. No, wait, we still have a little more time. Besides, all the courtrooms are being used right now. Make all the excuses you want, but you won't get more time. Your daughter is first. The poor thing. She's a little too young to die, don't you think? No, don't you dare hurt her! It has to be something I can do. The girl isn't just about to be followed. Just use the one that blew up.
No, this can't be happening. We're Mr. Maya. Help!
Aww. Wait a minute. Maya? Everett's... Yep, that's exactly what they're about to do. That's exactly what they're about to do. A courtroom blew up. That's it. There is no courtroom we can use after all. Okay, time's up. Too bad. Any last words you'd like to say to her? Or please don't add the other crimes you've already committed. So you know who I am, do you? Looks like I was trying to keep it a secret anyway. We're ready to start the trial. We can hold it in the ruins of courtroom number 4, the one blown up by the bomber.
Oh, what a wonderful idea, Mr. Nick!
I never would have thought of that! An astonishing trial in an astonishing location. I guess it's only befitting. I'll go get the place ready right away. I didn't exactly pick the place where it's astonishing factor. How about it? Are you ready to have your brother's innocence proven? My brother? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to mention? It's not Simon you'll be defending. What? Not Prosecutor Blackwell? I indict Athena Sykes on the charge of murdering her own mother. You'll be defending the little princess there, the one behind the glass. What? See you in the mountain of rubble you've chosen for our courtroom, Mr. Wright.
What is he talking about? Athena?
Of course. Why did it never occur to me before? If Prosecutor Blackwell is innocent, somebody else had to have been the true culprit. Did I? Did I kill my own mother? No! No! What the f***?
Chills down the spine.
Mr. Nick, what's the matter? I see 5 black cyclocks. I've seen these kinds of locks before. Dark, black locks protecting a secret hidden deep inside a person's heart.
And there's no way to remove them. Holy hell. Oh my god. Everything about that investigation was freaking phenomenal, except for the whole robot uprising thing. I don't know. That seemed a little out of left field. There wasn't a whole lot of build up to that. It just kind of like, okay, I get the whole taking hostages thing. That makes sense for Aura to do, but the whole robot uprising thing in the like police righteous, that seems a little bit of a stretch. I don't know, but the rest of it's amazing. So you know, it's not that big of a deal. But even still, oh boy, this is gonna be one hell of a trial. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned next time to catch you all tomorrow for what might just be the finale of Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies. Goodbye.